A girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell, and I'm going home.
Arya started out as one that was probably most likely to die. She was this little girl, she was helpless, she was separated from her parents, but at the same time, she totally kicks butt. She is someone that is, from a very early age, will not give in to the stereotypes. She wants to learn how to fight, and she won't submit to anything or anyone. And I think what's really interesting about her is that she, I think more so than any other character other than maybe Jon Snow, represents what it means to be resilient, persistent, and what it means to follow what's really true to our heart.
Watch. Nymeria, gloves.
Impressive.
Shut up.
Jon Snow, I think, is a really interesting character. On the one hand, he's someone that has been prejudiced against, right, by his own stepmom. Catelyn Stark, for the longest time, treated him completely differently, like he didn't fit in, and everyone always calling him a bastard and reminding him that he's not a Stark.
You're Ned Stark's bastard, aren't you?
I think it's something that a lot of people in one way or another can relate to, where they feel ostracized, where they feel like they don't belong or they don't fit in. And at the same time, what distinguishes him from a lot of other characters is that no matter what happens, he's unwavering. He is someone that to the day that he dies will be true to his moral values.
Man's got to have a code.
So the goal is for the patient to identify with a particular character so that they can draw strength from them and find a way to live their life that's most in line with their core values, that's closest to their heart. And even if that means facing their biggest fears, it would mean that they're living their lives according to how they want to live it.
One of the nice things about there being so many superheroes, for people who like superheroes, is, there's something for everybody. There's so many. And it is about a fit. It's a fit either of a superhero who looks like you, who has the same history as you, a similar history, psychological fit, mission and purpose fit, that something that resonates or something to which you aspire. And it's always nice to have a role model, to see how do they do it, to draw strength. We can draw strength from heroic figures who are fictional or don't live now, historical figures. People often draw strength from biblical figures.
The man who passes the sentence should swing the sword.
This is my theory. My theory is, that because it is so complicated, it's so complex, to actually keep track of everything that's happening in Game of Thrones. So many characters, so many different threads, and the way that, in particular, the books probably more, but the show also, it's not pandering, You never have a character all of a sudden saying, oh, well, 3 days ago we did this thing, remember? It's like, oh yeah, I remember. It's like, you don't need to do that, right? And a lot of TV shows do this because they don't want the audience to feel lost or anything like that. HBO doesn't care. They're just like, nope, that character, he hasn't shown up in 5 seasons and Arya looks scared. It's like, who is that? Well, look it up if you don't remember, So that kind of thing where you have to really work hard to keep track of it. How much of Game of Thrones is actually just conversations between two people and people that you never expected to have a conversation together coming together, right? So you see these people in completely different emotional states and having completely different relationships, feeding off of each other. There's a lot of emotional intelligence that can be gained because you're practicing this thing of like, oh, well, yeah, if Daenerys did speak with this character, I wonder what that would be like. How would she react? How would she act? And there's a lot going on there that can help people who maybe have a low emotional intelligence. So there's different things that you can that we are practicing while we're watching a show like Game of Thrones. And I think that's great, because you're exercising your brain. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you do things, now it may be that you're only just getting better at Game of Thrones, right? But I really believe that you're working on your memory. You're working on, again, keeping track of threads and emotional intelligence.